Okay, you're probably here because you finally want to stop talking about how you're gonna start your clothing brand and actually launch it. But now you realize that you can't sell without a website. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your Shopify store for your clothing brand and make your website look like the popular brands everybody knows about. So the process is very simple and I'm gonna walk you through each part so you can start making your first sale. But before we get into all of that, you gotta make sure you're ready. So first thing, you need to know what you're selling. So you need a product, and I'm guessing you already have one. Then you need a name for your brand, and of course, a logo. If you got all of that, that's great. Now let's jump right into it. And first, before we actually start building the store, you'll probably see some Shopify plans like Basic, Shopify, or Advanced. If you're just starting out, don't worry about all of that. Just go with the Basic plan. It's the most affordable one, and it gives you everything you need to basically start. But if you don't want to pay full price from day one, I dropped a link in the description where you can try Shopify for just $1 a month for 3 whole months. That way you can start basically for free. So yeah, definitely check that out. Once you're on that page, just enter your email, create your account. I'm not gonna walk you through the sign up part. It's super simple. You've probably done this before. Now, Shopify might ask you a few questions like what you're selling. If you sold before, we can just skip all of that. And now we are inside the Shopify dashboard. It might look a little bit complicated at first, but trust me, after a day or two, you will get used to it. Now, before we start building anything, the first thing you need to do is choose a theme. Every Shopify store needs a theme. It's basically the layout of your website, the design of your website. Shopify gives you some options. There are free themes and paid themes. And yeah, the paid ones usually cost around $300, which is a lot. But as default, Shopify gives you the Dawn theme. So we are going to start with this just to understand the basics and see how things work. Now, let's click customize and you'll be taken to the theme editor. Now, this is where the magic happens. You'll see the page, the default layout. It looks clean and simple, not bad, but also kind of generic. You've probably seen this exact same layout on dozens of stores. Now, especially if you are building a clothing brand, you want to match a certain aesthetic for your brand. You can definitely make Dawn look cool and decent with enough work. Like here, you got about 10 or 15 sections to play with, from image banners to product lists, slideshows, and so on. You also got the theme settings right here where you can change the global stuff like colors, fonts, the layout, and more. Now, up in the top right corner, you can switch the views like mobile view, desktop view, and we can also switch to full screen. Now, let's click on this image banner real quick and upload our own image. I'm gonna go with this. You can edit the buttons, headline, text, links, everything. We got tons of options. Next, you'll see the header. This is the top part of your website with the navigation, so people can actually go through different pages, collections, or products. You can also change the logo. So in your theme settings, you will see the option to upload your logo. So let's do that. And right below that, you'll find the favicon. That's the tiny icon that shows up in the browser tab. You can generate one using a free favicon generator. Just upload a small version of your logo. And after that, just download the PNG. You can also control where the logo shows up. We can change the position of it as we can see. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, you'll notice that there are no products showing yet. And that's because we haven't added any products. I'll show you how to do that in just a few minutes. So yeah, that's an overview of the Dawn theme. But now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, you can build cool stuff with Dawn, but it's pretty boring. And most people watch these tutorials, they follow the exact same steps, they use the same theme, and then they end up with a store that looks like everyone else's. And no, you don't have to pay $300 for a Shopify theme. That's why I recommend you to check out Materia. It's a premium Shopify theme. It looks amazing and has tons of options and layouts that you can choose from. Hundreds of brands are already using Materia, and most of them saw their conversion rate go from 2% to 5%, which of course leads to more sales. And the best part is that you can try Materia completely for free. Just go to materiateams.com, or you can find the link in the description down below. So yeah, you can keep using Dawn to learn the basics and stuff like this, but if you're ready to launch your store, definitely you have to check out Materia. Now, let's move on to the next step and start adding our first product. So from the left menu in Shopify, let's click on products. Then click this button where it says add product. So here we're gonna upload our product images, name our product, write a simple description, set our price, make sure it's visible, and then we're gonna hit save. And let's go through each one. Let's say you are selling hoodies, start with a name. I'm adding a hoodie, so I'm gonna call it something like Silent Hill Basic Hoodie. plain and simple. Next, we have the product description. Here, I recommend entering some basic info like the material, a short description of your product, and maybe a few bullet points. The key is to keep it simple and easy to scan. You can also use ChatGPT to write it for you, but I still recommend write it like a human, talking to your customers. Write like a human. Next, scroll down, we got the media section. This is where you upload your product photos. We can just drag and drop them right here. Make sure they are high quality, clear, and show your product from different angles, front view, back view, maybe someone wearing it. It really helps a lot. And I never trust stores with only one product image. It's scammy, so make sure to add multiple images. Once your images are uploaded, you can drag them around to set the order. Let's say we want this one to be the main image. Okay. Now scroll down to pricing. Let's say we are pricing this hoodie at $100. If you want to show it's on sale, we can add a compare at price. Like maybe it used to be, let's say $150. That way people see it's discounted. Now, if we scroll down, we got the inventory section. Here we can set how many we have in stock. Let's say 200 units for now. Check the box that says track quantity, so Shopify keeps track of your stock. If you're doing made to order or pre-orders, you can check continue selling when out of stock. Next, we got shipping. If you're not calculating by weight, leave it as 0. But if you are, you can add something realistic for a hoodie. Maybe, I don't know, what is the weight of a hoodie? Probably 0.5 kilo, 0.8 kilo, something like that. Okay, now moving on, we got variant. This is where you add sizes, colors, if you have them. For example, if the hoodie comes in small, medium, and large, we can add the sizes here. Okay, you can even upload different images for each variant. So when that variant is clicked, it shows that specific image for you added for that specific variant. And as well, you can set different prices for each variant you have. So pretty simple. Now scrolling down, the last thing here is the search engine listing section. This is how your products show up in the Google search. You can change the page title, meta description, the URL. You can just enter the name of your product, or if you want to optimize it, you can add more broad terms. For the description, just add a small version of your product description. But honestly, Shopify auto-generates something decent here by default. You can always optimize this later for SEO if that's something you want to focus on. And yeah, that's it. Let's click save. And now our product is live. Now, what I'm gonna do is move on and add multiple products. We're basically gonna repeat the same process. So I will fast forward through this part.
A few moments later.
All right, so now that we added multiple products, let's move on to the collections. This can help you organize your store, kind of like categories. So for example, if you're selling hoodies, t-shirts, and pants, you can create separate collections for each one of them. That way, we can make it easier for your customers to browse through your store. So from the left menu, go to products, then collections, then click create collection. Start by naming your collection. I'm gonna call this one hoodies. Okay, next scroll down to the collection type. Here you have two options. You can go for the manual or automated. Manual means you will add products to the collection by yourself, and automated means Shopify will add them automatically for you based on what conditions you are adding. So I recommend you go with the manual, especially if you don't have a big inventory. So once you are done with that, next we can add a featured image for this collection if you want. I'm not gonna do that for now. Make sure visibility is set, and then click save. And that's it for our collection. We just created a hoodie collection that we can later on display to our website. Now you can simply repeat the same process for other collections, like you might have t-shirts. You can create a best-selling collection or whatever you want. All right, so now we are done with the products. We added them, we assigned them into different collections. Now it's time to set up the pages for our store. The kind of pages every online store should have. And I'm talking about legal pages and basic pages. Legal pages are stuff like privacy policy, shipping info, terms and conditions, very important stuff, especially if your customers have questions about, shipping or refunds, or they want to know your TOS, very important stuff. And besides that, we have the general pages, things like frequently asked questions, contact, and about us. So yeah, these pages are essential. So first, let's start with the basic pages. Go to your Shopify dashboard, click on online store, then customize. And now at the top where it says homepage, click that drop down and choose pages. Click create template, and you can name it something like FIQ. And as you will see, Materia already comes with a built-in FIQ template. It's clean, it's simple. We got a banner image with a name of the page, then a Q&A section. Feel free to add as many questions as possible. Some info cards with some key questions, and even a contact form in case someone still has more questions. You can customize this however you want, move the sections around. You can add different sections, change the colors. You can do pretty much everything. Once your FIQ template is ready, we can assign this to a real page. We need to assign this to a page. So go to Online Store, then Pages, and click on this button, Add Page. We can name it something like FIQ. And for the theme template, this drop down right here, choose the one we just made. Choose the template we just made, and then click Save. And now let's move on to the contact page. Basically, we need to repeat the same process. Materia also comes with a pre-built contact page template. It includes a banner with the name of the page, some highlight benefits for more information. Then we have this nice, clean contact form, plus a small Q&A section at the bottom. So as we did earlier, we have to just assign this contact template to an actual page. So let's go to Online Store, Pages, and add a new page called Contact, and just assign the template and hit Save. Now, the final page we need to create is the About Us page. Same thing here. Materia already comes with a pre-built About Us template, so we are not starting from scratch. When you open it, you'll see some images with some text. You can add your own story, different info. You can customize this however you want. Then we have this count up section. You can enter whatever you want as well. Or if you want a different design, you can edit the existing template, remove some sections, add new ones, or even create a brand new About Us template from scratch. So once you design your page, once you're happy with how it looks, go to Online Store, then click on Pages, Add Page. We're basically gonna do the same thing. We can name it About Us. Let's name it About Us. Let's name it About Us. And for the theme template, just select the About Us template we just created, and then click Save. And that's it. You can repeat this process for any other page you want. Just create a template, customize it, then go to Pages and assign that template to that actual page. So now that we are done with all the essential pages, let's move on to the legal pages. Go to Settings, Policies, and you'll see that Shopify already gives you ready-made templates for most of these. Privacy policy, refund policy, terms of service, and more. All you have to do is edit the placeholder text inside and replace it with your actual business information. Or you can add your own templates. You can search online for policy templates, and you'll find a bunch of options that you can choose from. Now, moving on, let's say we want to create a shipping info page. Go to Online Store, then click on Pages, Add Page. Let's call it Shipping Info. Then click this little code icon to open the HTML editor and just paste in the shipping policy template. You can find the exact one I use in the description of this video. You can download it for free. Just change some things, to match your own shipping details, and make sure that the page is visible, and then click Save. All right, so now that we are done setting up pages, let's move on to the navigation. This is gonna be pretty simple. It's all about those menu links that either show up in the header or at the bottom of the website in the footer. So let's go to the Shopify dashboard, and here in the search bar, just type in menus, click on it, and here you'll see your main menu and your footer menu. Let's start with the main menu. First, I'm gonna rename this with something else. I'm gonna rename this catalog link. Let's call it shop, and we will make it redirect to all of our products. Next, let's add the other page, for example, the FIQ page we created earlier, and make it redirect to its page, to the FIQ page, right? And let's also add a bestsellers link. So I'm gonna make this redirect to the bestsellers collection we created, or the hoodies collection, or whatever collection you have created. Great. Now let's go back and start editing the footer menu. Here we're gonna add our policy pages, refund policy, privacy policy, terms and conditions. We do the same things as we did earlier. Now, the next thing I want to do is head over to the Preferences tab right here, and let's add a title and a meta description so you can make your website searchable on Google. So here, just enter your name of your store, for example, Materia, followed by a small description about your brand. You can add a small description about what you're selling. Just look at your competitors on Google and see what they got so you can get inspired. Okay, so now that we finished with that, let's move on to the next step, which is customizing our store. So let's go to Online Store, then click on Themes. And here, I'm not gonna go through Dawn. I think it's pretty simple to edit, even if you are a beginner. We don't really have too many things to cover there. I'll probably do a separate video just on Dawn. But like I said, we are not gonna use some overpriced $300 Shopify theme. And instead, for this video, we are gonna use Materia. So let's go to materiathemes.com, download the theme, and after that, we're gonna upload it into Shopify. Just click the Add Theme button or Import Theme, and then we're gonna upload the zip file right here. I already have Materia installed, so I don't need to do that. Let's just click Customize. Now, as you can see, Materia comes with a pre-built template. It's a really good starting point, especially if you don't have any experience with web design. It just makes it easier to start designing your store however you want. If you scroll through the homepage, you will see that we got multiple beautiful sections. Now, when you get a theme, the actual demo images and assets won't come with it, which makes sense. You need to replace everything with your own images and your own content to, so it actually matches your brand. You can pretty much change everything. On the left side, you got all your sections. You can remove them, replace them. We can rearrange them, hide them. We can do whatever we want. If you click the little plus icon in between sections, you'll see that we got a huge library of over 80 plus sections that you can choose from. And, comparing this to other themes that give you like 10 or 20 sections, I think. So yeah, it's a pretty large library. In the top right corner, we can change into mobile view so we can see how our website looks on mobile devices. Then as well, switch back to desktop. Okay. Up here, we got the header section of the store. If we click on it, you'll see a bunch of options. You can make it transparent. We can adjust the padding to make it smaller or bigger. We can set a logo position from center to right. So yeah, there are a lot of customization options here. It would probably take me hours to go through everything. Now let's click on the theme settings. This is where you find more general settings of the theme. You'll see multiple tabs. Let's go to the logo tab and replace the current logo with our own logo. Okay. Now, if your header is transparent, make sure the new logo works well with that background as well, because as you can see, we can upload a different logo for a transparent header. Next, head over to the typography tab. Not much to explain here. You can change the main font of your store. You can use Google fonts or even upload a custom font using a URL. Now, moving up to the top, you'll see the search icon. The search functionality is super smooth. It looks great and even shows popular products right inside this pop-up. So you can select what kind of products you want to display here. Okay. So yeah, this is basically our homepage. Like I said earlier, the idea is to get creative with the sections, add new stuff, update the fonts, change the colors, make it your own. This is all about exploring and figuring things out. Look at your competitors, get inspired, and ask yourself, how can I build something even better? You're not limited to this homepage layout. This is just the starting point. From here, you can adjust everything however you want. Now, let's move on to the product page. As you can see, the layout is clean and simple. It looks great both on mobile and desktop version. You got different bullet points, some collapsible rows to show more information. Here you can enter your product description. And down here, we got these payment badges to increase trust with your customers. Down below, let's say we want to add an image with text section so we can display more information about our product. We can place the image on the left and we can change the title and also upload an image. Then let's add another section. Maybe let's add image with icons. We can replace the default icons with our own. You can use CFG or upload your own image icons. And as well, we can change the title and upload an image. So as simple as that, with just two sections, we already have a good looking product page. And you can also add a testimonial section where we can enter a few reviews from our customers. And yeah, just play with it. Honestly, it would take me hours to go through everything inside Materia. It's just so powerful. There are so many powerful options and tools. You definitely find what you need. Just take your time, explore all the sections, and make your store look like something you would buy from. All right, so now that we got through all the essential pages like About Us, Contact, and Freely Ask Questions, we also covered the homepage and the product page design, and our store is looking good on the front end. One last step we need to take is to jump into some of the backend settings to make sure that everything is ready. And I'm talking about setting up how people can pay us, checkout settings, shipping zones, connecting your domain, and adding all the important policies. So from your Shopify dashboard, scroll down to the bottom left and click Settings. Now here on the left, you'll see a bunch of tabs. Some of them don't really matter right now, and I'll walk you through ones that do. So first we got store details. Don't really have many things to change here, but one thing we want to do is to update our store name. So click Edit right here and replace it with your actual brand name, and then hit Save. Now, if we scroll down, let's change our store currency. So if you're selling in the US, you want to change your currency to USD. If you're selling in Europe, you can set it to Euro or your local currency. And once you're done with that, we can hit Save as well. Next, go to the Payments tab. This is basically where you set up how you get paid. If Shopify Payments is available in your country, I highly recommend using it. It's the easiest one to set up. It takes just a few minutes. You can see that PayPal is also available. So just create a PayPal account and link it to your Shopify. And that's it for the section. Just fill in with your details and you're ready to take payments. Now moving on, let's go to the checkout. Here we just want to make some simple changes. You can just copy my settings. I recommend for the customer contact method, set to email only. For the customer information, require first and last name and also phone number. And everything else, you can leave it as it is. You can always go back into it if you need something else. Next up, we got shipping and delivery. Before we set up our shipping prices, first we need to set the market where we are going to sell, from which country we want to take orders from. So go to the Markets tab, find the international market, and just click Edit. And here you can pick the regions or countries you want to sell. If you're not sure, you can just select all the regions. Okay. Now let's go back to shipping and delivery and let's add our shipping rates. I'm gonna add 3 shipping rates. First, we got a free standard shipping. You can set this to 0. Okay, then we got the faster shipping. I usually put this around, let's say $5. Okay, and also the premium shipping, maybe $7 or $8, depending on your supplier. So make sure that you actually know your delivery times. You can keep only the free and normal shipping if you want, and you can add your own rates. You can rename it however you want. This is just the way I do it. Once that's done, just click Save, and that's it. Now let's connect our custom domain. Click the Domains tab right here and choose Connect Existing Domain. Type in your domain name and follow the steps. If you don't have a domain yet, I recommend getting one from Hostinger. You can find very affordable domains here for as low as $10, and you also get 20% off with the special link in the description of this video. It applies the discount automatically. If you're using another provider like GoDaddy or Namecheap, it's totally fine. Just follow the DNS setup they give you so you can connect the domain in just a few minutes. It's a super easy process. I'm not going to go into do that. Now scroll down and click on policies. As we discussed earlier, here you want to set up your private policy, refund policy, terms of service, shipping policy, every legal things like that. Luckily, Shopify gives you templates. As I said earlier, all you have to do is edit them and add your actual business information. Once you're done with that, they will automatically show up at the checkout page. You can also set them to show up in your footer menu by going back to menus. So yeah, that's it. And finally, one more thing I recommend you to check out is the notifications tab. Here you can edit the sender email. It's basically the email you are sending emails from. So make sure to set it up. Down below, let's click on customer notifications. This is where you can edit the emails your customers receive, like order confirmations, shipping updates, things like that. So if you click on one of these here, you can see your actual email template. And now if you click right here on edit code, and then right here where it says customize email templates, here you can add your own logo that will show up in the email. And as well, you can edit the colors, you can adjust the size of it. So yeah, make sure to check that out. All right, so that's it. We went from creating our account, adding our own products, creating collections, setting up our pages, to designing our store. We covered all the essential steps. I really hope this video helped you a lot. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you got any questions, and don't forget to check out Materia. It's free to try. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Peace.